Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today I'm on location here at Kinsey Road Mound Preserve, and this is actually has a historical earthwork right behind me here in Adena Mound. A lot of historical, I guess, significance here, natural history, which is really cool to see in a pretty small nature preserve park here. And so I'm not really sure what to expect of it, at least my trip here today. This is actually my second visit. My first visit was well over a year ago, just pre-scouting simply and checking out this place. And there's a decent amount of trail. It's a loop trail that's very modest in size. It's like less than a mile, but it goes through some woodland, and I can hear the creek actually roaring from all the way over here because there's been a lot of rainfall lately. And actually, as I'm saying this now, it's actually a slight drizzle going on. So we'll see how long I want to stay out here if it starts picking up in heaviness, I guess. But for now, I'm just gonna make my way along that trail there. But I was checking out this mound. It's pretty neat. I don't think I'm going to take a photograph of it today, just because it does have lots of, as you can see, footprints and other stuff, and it's kind of snow lined or snow tops, and it's not really maybe a shot that I'm like thinking of getting, I guess, necessarily. But it's something to maybe consider in the future, or even doing like a photo series about local mounds and Indian mounds in this area, Southwest Ohio here. So it's an idea, though. I think it'd be pretty cool. And lots of birds going off because this is like right after sunrise, as you can tell. It's pretty dark out still, but I just arrived at the location. So yeah, but first I'm just gonna like walk around this mound and just, I guess, check it out. So it's pretty cool. They used to use these mounds as sometimes as burials, sometimes as ceremonious, like I guess like landmarks or something like that, structures, and sometimes they use them to see over the horizon and see if there's any enemies coming to their location. So it's pretty neat. There's actually a little stone right here. I mean, I guess this one I can walk up to it on the top. I don't see why not. A lot of them, they have the kind of railed off and you can't really do that, but I guess this one you can. It's very interesting to say the least. So yeah. That being said, it's pretty cool though. It's cool to learn about local history, I think. Of course, because it really is a big embodiment of my work overall. So for today, since it's such a small location, I'm thinking about divvying up the tasks or the types of photography I do. So right now I'm going to be focusing on birds first and foremost. As you can tell, there's a lot of them going off. So I'm hoping there's a little bit more light let in, so it's not so dark in the woodland over there as I'm on the trail. But yeah, I'm going to try for some songbirds. So it's about 50 degrees out. Obviously the rain, just kind of is like a telling tale, I guess. It's warming up and the snow is all melting, of course. And so yeah, I'm gonna hope for maybe some early spring birds. That'd be very cool, and hopefully get some photographs of those as well. That'd be really neat. But yeah, if I see any landscape shots, or maybe even try a long exposure. Feels like it's been a long time since I've done those. Of the creek there, long exposure. That's an idea. So it's such a small place that I can kind of just take my time. Nice kind of casual photo walk and see what kind of images I can take. But there's a lot you can actually take, I guess, or photograph in this location as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna make my way on this trail right here. Like I said, it kind of goes a little bit downhill and then comes right back up here again. I think it comes out over along, it's on the other side of the mound over here. It comes out along here, I believe. So, but yeah, like I said, second visit, so I'm trying to remember, but it's not a big place, so not too worried about it. And there's a nice honey locust here, but cardinals, and got wrens and crows and titmice and just tons of stuff going off. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started for the morning. All right, so I finally found a breakaway along the trail here that gets me closer, intimate views of it's called Oldtown Creek, named after a local kind of unincorporated community that also involves Native Americans, of course. So yeah, this creek runs all through the city that's nearby, and there's actually quite some flows to it. It's really dirty, murky looking water, which I'm not surprised, because usually when there's meltwater from snow at the end of winter, it's usually really kind of murky gray and brown color. So it's not really the most attractive look to it, as most people would probably like, or even myself included. But you know, it's kind of tempting though. I kind of want to try some long exposure. You know, I'm hearing lots of common songbirds and stuff, which is great and all, but they're all way out of view, and it's pretty dark in here. So long exposure I feel like would work out best. You know, propping the camera on the tripod and just trying that. So I don't know. It's an idea so far, and it's something I'm still kind of considering, but I need to find a better vantage point than just here, just because really the flow is right over here, and it is kind of tempting to wade through it. I don't know. I could go back to my car and get my wading boots on, and that honestly might be a possibility, because I don't believe I've ever photographed Oldtown Creek at all. So, you know, this would be a new thing for me. Yeah, so I'm considering it to say the least. But I'm gonna go back up here. Looks like there's a little side spur over here as well, but I'm already more than halfway done with the nature preserve, at least hiking it. So that's why I'm kind of just taking my time, taking it real slow, and seeing. Yeah, it's flowing pretty well. Oh wow, nice flow to it. I wouldn't be surprised if you see like a great blue heron or something, you know, just hanging out on the edge of, you know, the bank of the creek over here. Yeah, let me see here. I'm trying to navigate where I'm at, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I know the trail's over there. I'm gonna go this way. Ooh. All right, so I'm back. There's a squirrel over there. So yeah, I don't have much else to say at the moment, I guess. So I'm just gonna keep walking here and see if I can find a closer view of the creek, and I might photograph that. Or if not, I actually did find, now I'm thinking about it, some little water droplets onto these little tree branches and such. So that could be a cool little macro technique to experiment with. I've done that a couple times in the past on like some pine trees, and just some real up close views of these little water droplets. I think they look really neat. It's quite a surreal looking photograph, so that's something to consider. So yeah, could be a day where I'm just trying something a little bit different. Some deer tracks, it looks like. So yeah, we'll see here. Oh wow, it's looking pretty nice. This might be the spot. I don't know. We'll see here, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of a look and see what I come up with. I will emphasize the importance, I think, of pre-scouting and just, you know, just letting the kind of the photos unfold for you. It's not really always so much about just going out and getting the shot, and of course always getting it realistically every time. So, and not every trip, of course, for me at least, is like actually planned out thoroughly, as in like I know what kind of shots to get and everything. So like in this case, I'm just kind of letting the scenes and the landscape unfold before me, and really figuring out what I want to do with it. And so that's always kind of like a trick, I guess, is to always use your phone to take little scout photos, I guess is what you call them that. And I find if you just, you know, lay down your DSLR for a little bit and just use just your phone, your mobile phone camera, and to take those pre-scouting shots, it helps you kind of just free up your mind a little bit, and relax, you know, the need to compose a photograph properly with like an actual camera that you have on you. So that's kind of what I just did there for the creek. Looks like I'm actually almost at the end of the trail here. So I'm probably gonna go back to the car and probably get the essential gear for capturing a long exposure like that, and maybe even the wading boots. I'm not too sure yet, but it is kind of tempting to get just right down the water there, so that way you get that nice eye level, ground level view of it, and you get to see the water flow towards me and the viewer, you know, the image. So that's an idea at least. But It's probably going to be the image I'll probably take for today, and there might not be anything else really that I'm thinking of really getting, or I feel like I really need to. I'm attracted to getting, I guess. So that might be the only thing really for this trip here, which is okay, of course, you know. So I could go home with no images, but I feel like this one is worthwhile, and I'm going to stick around and try and make it work here and work the scene in front of me here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get to the rest of this trail here. Looks like I almost completed the loop. Looks like there's a golf course on the other side of the creek over there, and it looks like I go up this hill, and that should be it. So yep, probably go back to the car here in a moment. Well, I was making my way back to the car, but then I just noticed this kind of just still water, standing basin of just, you know, thin trees and everything. It's kind of like a miniature wet woods, I guess, almost, and you know, just kind of growing here. I don't know, it's really neat. It's really neat. I don't remember this before, but I guess I haven't come here when it was, you know, after rainfall and after obviously all the snow's melting. So, but yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I don't remember this portion of this nature preserve here. Not really seeing a potential, geez, thorny trees all around me. Yeah, I haven't really seen like a photograph in that, at least. Something potentially, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like something's there. I just don't really know what it would be necessarily. But yeah, these conditions are quite, you know, interesting, I think. You know, it's just nice. It's like a moody kind of overcast sky. Just really everything's kind of just damp and wet, and it has that nice saturation kind of wet look to it, which is really cool. So like over there's the mound. Over here's the fence line. Yeah, there's an open field over here. And of course the neighborhood housing development surrounds it, of course. But yeah, just a neat place. Here, I'll show you. Looks like there's almost some like mist or something over here, all the way at that, tucked away at that corner. Yeah, it's neat though. So yeah, now I'm gonna finally go back to my car if there's no more distractions or interruptions, I guess, but the good kind, of course. I'm looking, pre-scouting for shots potentially in mind here. So I'm gonna go back to my car. Looks like the drizzle stopped, fortunately, so I can take my time with that. And I'm gonna see if I can work that scene with the Oldtown Creek there. So yeah, I feel like that photo session there with the Oldtown Creek actually turned out pretty well. It's not, I don't know, it's not the best perspective because I didn't really feel like getting down the water there because I wasn't sure if I could really find a way to get back up. I just knew that from past experience at other creeks, just because it is a large embankment over, you know, surrounding it and wrapped around the edges. So on that note, I just stood at this little overlook over here where there's all this different, you know, the running water and all the big stones and rocks and stuff, and I made some shots from there. I did some wide angle stuff just because I wanted to typically encompass the entire scene there. It is tempting though. I might even try some small telephoto stuff as well, but I had to run back to my car again and, you know, switch out gear. But you know, it's just a beautiful day for it, honestly, with this overcast lighting and mild temperatures of late winter here. So it just really works out in this case. And then obviously, like I said before, with the melting snow and water, just making it some nice, I think, long exposure kind of image kind of days. So on that note, I made a handful of shots here. I did about 10-15 exposures total. I didn't need a bracket, of course, just because the lighting is very nice, and there's really no need to, honestly, in this case, just because you can easily expose for shadow and highlight details, and it's not really that hard, I think, to expose for the right, which obviously is when the histogram is obviously exposed to. the right of the graph there, and that means that you're getting much more highlight details than if you're exposing to the left, which would, you know, make a much more underexposed image. So anyways, so I kept my aperture pretty narrow. I'd say about f13, f14. That's just a nice depth of field, since I am pointing down at an angle like this and such, and I'm just top-down view basically with this wide-angle lens. I wanted to get much more deeper depth of field than I would otherwise, so that's what I did. And then I was varying my shutter, not really too much though, but I was around 2 seconds overall. Nothing more, nothing less really, but it worked out in this case. And ISO 100, so that just meant I could have a nice, such a slower ISO speed meant that I could have a slower shutter, which would let much more blurring of that water, because it is flowing pretty fast, and there's some actual like white water flowing to it, which is nice. Some of those more shallow creeks, it's harder to see that aspect, I guess, of water flowing. So yeah, on that note, it's really lightening up actually, so that's been helping as well. But I feel like I'm going to call it quits for the morning here. It's just a real nice short hour or two trip out here to Kinsey Road. But it's been great. It's been great. It's nice to, it feels really refreshing to take some long exposures again. And not only that, but take them out of a new creek, at least a creek that I haven't previously photographed, of course. So yeah, it's been a nice morning out, nice quiet morning. Not too many people really seem to go here. And so yeah, I'm probably gonna make my way back to the car and we'll call it quits for the day. So overall, I really enjoyed my morning out here at Kinsey Road Mound Preserve. I got these new shots of the creek that, you know, I'm really looking forward to sharing with you here in the video. And yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been Kinsey Road Mound Preserve. Until next time, make sure to get out there. Thank you.